All right, we should be live. Welcome into the stream, you guys. I hope we are all doing well. Let me know in chat if you can hear me. As you may have seen in the title of this stream, this is a chill stream, so we're going to talk about how National Storm Chaser Summit 2026 in Denver, Colorado went. A little spoiler alert, it was absolutely phenomenal. Everything I ever hoped it would be and more. We'll hang out with chat, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask those. Please make sure you are being respectful in chat, though, to me, yourself, and others. You may notice that we are streaming on Windows right now. I am on a family member's old computer that I have been using to play Outbreak. Unfortunately, I can't play Outbreak on here while streaming, or else it would freeze. But I did get our summit photos onto here. I wanted to test out the stream setup over here because it may run some things like Radar Omega better than our other computer. I'm not quite sure yet. I am used to Mac. I think I'll always prefer Mac, but Windows it's alright. It's got some perks. Maybe we could start editing on here if we move on from iMovie. So that's what we're looking at with Radar Omega on the Windows. So once again, for those of you tuning in, please be sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. We're going to start looking at some of these things from Summit. First, we'll go with this.
Dow 8's dish is...
So this is my video of the Dow
8's dish is rotating.
At one point they actually got the dish going, as you can see. So I believe this was during the day on Friday, but they also had it going on Saturday. And then this right here is at Applebee's. We got Jesse, Levi, Vincent, Haley, Lucy, Jonas, me, and then Brandon recording a passing the phone video for Fox Weather. Not sure what just happened to that. And then this is at the rec center. Yeah, I was there when Connor got hurt. So you can see over here, there's his stretcher. And then I'm over here with Jesse and Levi. Garrett. Alex is over here. It's fun to hang out with all those people. And then Connor got hurt. That's what the hotel looked like from afar. That was a cool photo. And then we got the mountains in the background. There's another one. Here's me and Max Velocity at the rec center. A little bit before Connor got hurt. There's me and Alex Wrestle. Some of these photos aren't in the full resolution that they were. Part of the quality probably just got lost in the transfer from Google Drive, but that's all right. And then this is at Applebee's. So it's Jonas, Levi, Jesse, Vincent, Haley, and Lucy. And this is Haley from Fox Weather. That's Brandon Kopic. I believe his name was Jared. I feel bad for forgetting. I think it was Jared. And then that's me in the back. That's the same photo. Selfie with me and Brandon. And then that's Brandon and I. That's Vincent up there. This was one of the intro screens they had when we walked in to the conference room for the first time on Friday morning. And then this is the panel for the next generation of severe weather broadcasting. So I really enjoyed this. We had Mike Nelson. So he was a Denver TV meteorologist for over 4 decades. Max Velocity, Severe Weather Center. Reed Timmer, the Storm Chaser. Tony Lawbuck. He did some things with KSN and AccuWeather. He lives in Colorado. I cannot remember his name, but he did an awesome presentation too. So did she. And then there's Brady. Dang it, I cannot remember people's names right now for some reason. And then Matthew Capucci and Eric Fox. So, yeah, that was great. There's Gabe Garfield and I. We got Jeff Petrowski. It was great to meet him. We had a nice chat. And then I was going down in the elevator, and Brady was there. There's Edgar and I. He actually gave me a shirt, so I'm wearing that. This is me putting a sticker on, here, I'll turn that audio down so it's not loud. It's going to be putting a sticker on Brady's back while he is playing Outbreak, because that's what everybody was doing, and he was putting them everywhere. So we were all in on the joke. And then that's me, Paige, and Bryce from Tornado Pagey's channel. And then this is the dinner group for Saturday night. Josh Morgerman, Dylan A, Ben Davison, Egan Young, we got Jonas, and then me. That was super fun. This was part of Reed's Saturday night presentation. He made this in Microsoft Paint. I think he said over a decade ago. So that was funny to look at. You could see a little Dominator there. Looks like it was from an old Roblox game. And then this is the Ultimate Dominator 3. So that's what Dominator 3 currently is. That was the windshield of Dominator 4 at one point. Gizmo the Storm Chasing Dog. Then Reed made this meme, or Team Dominator did, and they always send it to him, he said. And then we watched the presentation about the Paul Samaras scholarship, which was absolutely great. Rest in peace. And then Vortex Awards. So Alex, I think he got Best Supercell Photo. Obviously, Brandon Kopic, Chaser of the Year. Congratulations to him. He 100% deserves it. And then right here, there's all of our Vortex Awards winners. And then Tim Marshall, Freeze Man. And then I think that's Vortex Woman. Me and Mike Nelson. Me, Riley, Reed, and Max. Okay. And then this here is the passing the phone video from Applebee's. So credit to Fox Weather with this. This is their video that I got to be a part of. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. We need to get audio on. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, there we go.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who almost got hit by a grain silo.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who is obsessed with METAR weather data.
I'm passing the mic to generation of storm chasers.
We're passing the phone to our biggest supporters.
We're passing the phone to someone going to Chaser Summit.
All right, there we go. So that was super fun to make. Huge shout out to Brandon and the Fox Weather team for covering dinner that night at Applebee's. But that's all I have for you guys right now. I have so much more in terms of photos and videos from Summit, but I do want to save some of them, obviously, for the vlog, which I'm not sure when that's coming out. I am going to be pretty busy with some things in the next couple of weeks. Maybe late February, sometime in March. No guarantees for anything yet. That's just what I'm thinking. So yeah, I am monitoring the potential. This is take this with a grain of salt, but we could see some severe weather potential down here in this general area. Obviously, that'll become much more localized as we get closer. Probably more like this within the next week or two. That's just the broad picture. I'm not going to get into timing yet, obviously, because we are too far out. But the radar is quiet right now, you guys. Lots of inactive spotter dots. We got a couple people out, though. So I believe almost everyone has made it home from Summit. Let me know in chat if you did attend Summit. Super fun. Curious who's that down there. Okay. I get curious when I'm looking at all these spotter dots because, like, look how many there are, especially in this whole area. And I just wonder who they are. I know that we are expecting some insanely cold temperatures up in Alaska. I think wind chills of like -70 up here in northern Alaska, northeast Alaska. This is 33 degrees 19 minutes ago. This is 20 degrees with feels like of negative 20 degrees with a feels like of negative 30, because this is negative 33 with an undefined feels like, so it must be very, very cold. That one doesn't have a temperature. It feels like of negative 28 right there. But down in southern Alaska, Anchorage, you guys are sitting around 23 to 27 with feels likes around like 21. But yeah, let me know if anybody has any questions in the live chat. So yeah, that's just an overview of how the summit was. We probably will end off the stream here soon, just because there's not too much to talk about tonight. So I'll keep an eye on chat for a second. We have been live for 10 minutes. Obviously, this is a short stream, but that's kind of how I intended it to be, since it is just an update. But yeah, as I said, Summit was an absolute blast. It went way better than I expected. Like, it was everything I would have ever asked for there. So, it was just phenomenal. And I appreciate all of you, because you guys are pretty much the people who, like, gave me that opportunity for that. If I didn't get this support on YouTube, I probably would not have ended up at Summit, and I definitely would not have the connections that I do. So, I owe all of that credit to you guys. What's up, Pete? Glad to see that you made it in tonight. I know you were in last night's stream, and that one we had to end after a couple minutes. But yeah, I'm just talking about Summit, how it was absolutely amazing, and how I appreciate all of you. We went over all of these photos. There's so many more. I took hundreds of photos. This is all I have on this computer right now. But we just looked at some of these pieces, so I'll show you a couple. This is me and Edgar O'Neill. There's me and Jeff Petrowski, Gabe Garfield. And this is Mike Nelson. This is me, Riley Dibble, Reed Timmer, and Max Velocity. And then there's a couple others that I'd like to show. Once again, we went through all of these already. This was the Dow 8 dish rotating. I'll play that. So that was super cool to see. This was Brandon Kopic filming a passing the phone video. And I'll actually let you guys listen to the Dow as it's rotating. So I'll play that video with the audio, because you'll be able to hear the generator that they have rigged up to it.
Dow 8's dish is rotating. Here we go.
So that was definitely cool to see. And those are just some of the many awesome things I got to do and to see at Summit. Some of the awesome people I got to meet. Well, you've got 6 people in the stream, 8 likes. Thank you all for the support. I posted some good pics. Thank you. I have photos with Matthew Capucci as well, and so many other people. They're just not all over here yet because I took them on my phone. These are just some that I don't know what that was about. That's what I don't like about this computer. It pops up with the news. But yeah, I appreciate you all for the support, as always. Pete, I was talking about this earlier. This is on a different computer than usually because I inherited an old Windows computer from a family member who doesn't use it. The battery sucks. It lasts about like 20 minutes and then it drains from 100 to 0, but you can keep it plugged in, and now I can play Outbreak on it. It can't run well enough to play Outbreak while streaming. I bet you could actually, but it would be very laggy, so I'm not going to do that. Yes, I was taller than Matthew. People thought he was just short, but I'm also tall. He's probably around like 5'10", I would assume. What the heck? 52 degrees, but feels like 8 in Centennial, Colorado. It is cold out here. Lyman, 43, feels like 11. So it's pretty cold. But I think with that being said, that's going to be the end of this live stream. I'm going to do a special redirect. So bear with me while I get that set up. If anybody has any more questions, be sure to ask those in chat before we end off. Because we'll be live for another minute or two. So we'll do continue to studio, live. Oh geez, Google's having me do the whole verification thing. Okay. Once again, good to see you, Pete. It's great to see you, actually. You're back in New Jersey now? Nice. When did you get back? Because I know you were in Tennessee. What was the place you were in called? Was it Cyberville? If I'm saying that correctly. Hello, Seahawks fan. Welcome in. Okay. Let's add this. Okay, I think that worked. What did the Alaska office report? Late Friday night. Okay, you were in Cyberville, that's right. I had a feeling I remembered the town name. I knew for sure it started with an S. What are you saying this office reported, though? Guys, we have 8 people watching and 9 likes. Let's see if we can hit 10 likes before we end off this stream in just a minute. Okay. How long have you been a Seahawks fan? Are you bandwagon or a real fan, Alaska? Because I don't know. Yes, Cyberville likes severe weather. I think with that being said, guys, we are going to end off the stream, but it is my good friend Dave Stillsweather's birthday, so we are going to redirect him. So I hope to see you all over in his stream. Have a great night.